Hey yo, football fans, it's another great year. Fantasy football fiends, grab your beer. Giving you the best draft tips for all your picks. Starts and sits to the waiver wire fix. From mock drafts galore to stats that's hardcore. Triple F does it all, have y'all screaming more. So sit back, relax, let the experts prevail. JT Magnum, Siggy guns never fail.
What's up, fantasy football fans? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome back to the sleepers portion of your week 11 for fantasy football fiends. Excuse me. I just got out of work and just came home, and I was at work, and I can't respond to comments at work. My work actually blocks me from being able to do that kind of stuff. I'm actually not able to do a lot of things at work. I work in a very secure office where information and confidentiality is very important. So it's a little hard for me to get on sites or do things or whatever. I can look at stuff sometimes, like on my phone or other things or like that, but I can't answer comments or do anything unless it's on my phone. And I really shouldn't be on my phone all day at work because, like I said, it's at work. It's a very high security office, and it's a little extreme. But anyways, I got some of your messages on there that I did look at. I wasn't able to respond to, but I made that stardom sit-em video. I do it early because I like to just get it out there, but the consequences of doing it early sometimes is you don't know who's starting, you don't know who may be hurt, you don't know if somebody gets cut or waived or substituted, or you don't know if somebody gets suspended, or you just don't know everything off the bat. Like if Alshon Jeffrey was to get suspended yesterday in the afternoon or in the evening, my video would have been out and I would have been talking about him or something, and next thing you know, he's suspended. So just things like that. So when you hear those things, try to take into account that I do it early, just to bring it to you guys a little earlier than usual, and maybe obviously I didn't, I made the video before things like that happened. And other things, I said sit Mike Evans yesterday. You don't have to sit Mike Evans. If you don't want to sit Mike Evans, you don't have to. I have Mike Evans on one of my fantasy teams and one of the leagues I'm in. I'm not sitting him. I put him as a sit because I think in my opinion, he's going against Marcus Peters as a tough cornerback. Kansas City is really tough at home, and with Eric Berry back there, I have a feeling they're going to be doing a lot of double teaming on him, and it's going to be a little hard for him to get the ball because Tampa Bay loves to throw him the ball a ton. He gets a ton of targets. So therefore, I made the assessment that maybe he's going to have a rougher game than usual, and therefore he's a sit. He goes on my sit list for that reason. You don't have to sit him. Guys, you don't. I know a lot of people are freaking out in the comment section. It's okay. Like, calm down. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong a bunch of times about sits. I've been wrong about starts. I mean, everybody is wrong in fantasy football. I'm never claiming to be 100% correct, but you don't have to make my word as God. You know what I mean? Like, my word isn't golden. You can make your own assessment, make your own decisions. I've said this a million times. Make your own decisions. If it's a pick that you don't agree with, don't do it. Don't sit them. Like I said, I'm not going to sit him. I'm actually hoping that I'm wrong. He's on my team, so I'm hoping that I am wrong and that Mike Evans does go off because it helps my fantasy team win personally. But I just made that assessment based on who his matchup is, who he's playing, and where they're playing at, being that they're on the road in Kansas City, which is a very tough place to play. So that's why I said that. So anyways, let's move on. Jared Goff is now starting for the Rams, playing against the Dolphins. Now I really like the Dolphins offense even more. I don't know what Jared Goff can do because nobody's really seen him other than preseason action, which he sucked in. And I don't really think that he's going to do much from what I've seen from preseason, what I've seen, period. He might suck against the Dolphins, period. I mean, maybe he'll be good against the Dolphins. We don't know. But a rookie quarterback going against a Dolphins defense, who's a Dolphins team that's been playing very well as of late, I like my chances with the Dolphins defense. So I will still leave the Dolphins defense as a start. Christine Michael was released. He has now been picked up by the Green Bay Packers. Not sure how that's going to take place. That might mess up James Starks in a couple weeks. Who knows? I don't know if Christine Michael ends up starting or if it just back up James Starks. We'll see what happens with that. But it also could be because maybe James Starks is also a little bit banged up himself. I don't know. I have to look into that and see what happens with that as the weeks go along, or a couple weeks go along, that is, or a week or so go along. And I think that's all the info I have for now. But let's get into the sleepers. The first three for quarterback are Colin Kaepernick, Joe Flacco, and Tyrod Taylor. And I'll talk about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is going against New England. And I'm not necessarily thinking that he's going to just light it up, like, as if, San Francisco's going to be all great and everything. But the thing with this is garbage points. I think New England's going to beat the living daylights out of the 49ers. So I see Colin Kaepernick being able to get a lot of garbage points towards the end of the game, whether it be running, whether it be like some completions late and maybe a touchdown or two late, and that's how I think he's going to get his points. And that's how he's got his points in a couple games this year, and I think that's going to be the trend this year for the 49ers, being that they just can't stop anybody on defense right now. Running backs, Latavius Murray, James White, and Chris Ivory. And I'll talk about James White going against the 49ers team. Now, LeGarrette Blount's the starter. LeGarrette Blount's going to get a lot of carries, but James White is also in the mix, getting a lot of catches out of the backfield, doing a lot of little runs when LeGarrette Blount comes out. And the 49ers have had problems with shifty, smaller backs, and James White fits the mold completely. And I think that James White is actually going to get a lot of catches and some yardage as well, as the 49ers do not stop the run well. They had a good game against David Johnson the last game. It looks like, maybe they showed it up, but this is a different team. This is New England we're talking about. You can't just, you can't stack the box against them to stop LeGarrette Blount. You can't figure out what you're going to do, because you never know if they're going to run or pass with Gronk over. Well, not Gronk, he's not going to play, but Martellus Bennett overhead. So James White's going to get freed up to get a lot of carries as well and get some yardage as well. Wide receivers, I have Tyreek Hill, Steve Smith Sr., and Eli Rogers. And I'll talk about Steve Smith Sr. going against the Cowboys secondary, who is banged up, by the way. I believe both cornerbacks, Scandrick and Claiborne, were hurt. I'm not sure if they're going to play. Like I said, I'm doing this on, this is Wednesday, and I'm not sure if they're going to play or not. But if they don't, especially, Steve Smith's going to try to take advantage of those other cornerbacks. And, Steve Smith's that gritty guy, and he's back. He's been making plays. And I see Joe Flacco being able to throw the ball, at least against Dallas, for that reason alone. Tight ends. I hate saying this, CJ Fedorowicz, or Fyodorowicz. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, and I butcher his name, but Julius Thomas and Zach Miller. And I'll talk about Zach Miller. Normally, I wouldn't start Zach Miller against the Giants, because the Giants have actually been pretty good against tight ends. But in this case, with Alshon Jeffrey gone, Cameron Meredith, your number one option, Zach Miller becomes another primary target. So with your main wide receiver down and you're on the road, you tend to use running backs and tight ends a lot more, as you're either dumping down or you're just trying to push the chains, and that's where Zach Miller benefits. So I think Zach Miller is going to have a big game against the Giants. Defenses, when I say big game, I don't think he's going to have score 3 touchdowns, things like that. I think he's going to have a lot of catches. He's going to get a decent amount of yards, and a good game for him at tight end. Anyways, defenses. I have Pittsburgh, Detroit, and the New York Giants. I'll talk about Pittsburgh. They're playing the Cleveland Browns. Right now, the Cleveland Browns are a little bit in disarray on offense when it comes to who's starting or what's going on. I know that RG3 is coming back soon. He's cleared to practice. Not sure if he's going to even play. Probably won't play this week if he does play. If they even give him the chance to play, who knows? Right now, it's the Cody Kessler show. It's the Josh McCown show. It's whoever show that they want to put in the game. And with that kind of just instability on offense, that benefits Pittsburgh, whether or not it's at Cleveland or not. And they're a little angry given the fact that they just got beat up by the Cowboys and gashed on the run. And I think that they're gonna bring it to Cleveland, and they're gonna attack the quarterback like crazy, because Cleveland just right now they're just not a good team. So I like them. I like their chances this week against them. So that does it for the Sleeper Show. For the people that are asking about the DraftKings thing, the link is in the description. All you do is join the league, and within the league, you can hit, like, when you click on your league, there's a thing there with all the contests. All the contests will be listed, and all you gotta do is enter the contest. So if you see a $0 one, and you don't obviously want to pay money to play in a league, because there are people within our league that create some money contests, but you don't have to join those. If you see FFF bragging rights or whatever, feel free to enter that, and then choose your lineup. based on the salary cap, and then after that you enter or submit it, and you'll be entered in with $0. You don't have to pay anything. That's how you join. If you want, the next time I do a video, maybe I can show exactly where it is or whatever, or I can probably show, who knows, I have to figure that out. But oh, and guys, the reason why Siggy's not here is because he's in the process of trying to move. He's trying to close on a house, or trying to get a house basically for him and his family to move in, and he's got another child on the way. He's already got one child. He's got another child on the way soon, and he's trying to get all this done before the new child is born. So he's really, really busy, and that's why he's not here. So I do apologize that he's not around, but he will be back eventually at some point when he gets all settled in his new house and all set up and everything's all able to connect with me again to be able to do the show. But for now, there's no Siggy because of those reasons. It's family first. I mean, this is a hobby for us, and family's first. If same thing happened to me, if family comes first for me, if I can't make videos, and that's just, so be it. That's how it is. If I was making enough money on YouTube to be able to do this for a living, and this was my job, then it'd be a lot different, and I'd work around it. But right now, this isn't my main job. This is a hobby that I like to do because I just like to talk to you guys, and I like to create this content, and I like to just help people if I can. If I'm, like I said though, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize, but I can't be 100% correct, and you are your own person. You get to make your own decisions based on what you hear me say or other people say that you listen to. And if I'm right, then hey, I've helped, and that's what makes me feel good about it. But like I said, we're one big fantasy football family, so we're here to help each other, and we're here to, if you guys don't feel that, I'm wrong about something, you can tell me. It's okay. I mean, you don't have to call me an idiot, but you can just tell me, hey, I think this is the reason why I don't like sitting him or something like that, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm a grown man. I can take it. It's okay. But when it's lashing out or just acting a fool, then that's a little crazy, and I'll just delete your comments. Like I said, it's just, like I said, we're one happy family here. We're here to help each other win some fantasy games. I'm 8-2 in my 2 leagues, and I'm playing in some really serious competitive leagues, especially one of them with the 21-man roster. I've talked about it all year long. It's a little nutty in that league, and it's very scarce on the waiver wire. It's very scarce, and I have to make a lot of moves to be able to field my lineup every week because it's a 13-man lineup too to start. It's crazy how that league is. But I've never been in a league like this actually where there's so many starters and there's so little picking because there's a 21-man roster. So it's a little harder this year, and I'm 8-2 in it. So I've yet to not make the playoffs ever in a league. I have not won a championship once in my lifetime. So I've done pretty well at it. That's why I like to share this stuff with you guys. So best of luck for you on your Week 11 matchups. Best of luck to you this week in the bragging rights. Hopefully I get the shout outs from new people. And that's it. All right, JT Magnum signing out. Peace, y'all.